Post-game analysis of what was Atlanta United 5, Inter Miami 2. An Inter Miami that's pushing to make the playoffs with 2 games in hand, that were able to defeat Kansas City at home without Messi, went to Atlanta to keep the same mission to make the playoffs. But first, this is the lineup by Inter Miami. A 4-3-3, Tata Martino settling on after having last used away from home in LA a 5-3-2. This lineup, also the first match that they play on turf, Messi, who's dealing with muscle fatigue, and a Jordi Alba that was later revealed also suffering from muscle fatigue, did not travel with the team. Thus, Robert Taylor started on the right wing, and Noah Allen, the homegrown, started in his favorite left-back position. The game started in the typical Inter Miami style that has been imposed upon since the arrival of Tata Martino, holding possession and trying to pick their moments. With the first 8 minutes, Inter Miami having more control of the ball. But after that, with Atlanta United in the 4-3-2-1, started to push up the line and press Inter Miami. This is something that Inter Miami had trouble dealing with throughout their time in MLS. With the ball not easily able to go to Busquets or Dixon Arroyo to start plays, Miami had to settle more on the center backs to start the play, through Kamal Miller or Tomas Aviles. Where Miami were able to find some ways to inflict damage upon Atlanta United, were trying to put an overload on the right-hand side through Yedlin, Taylor, and Dixon Arroyo, trying to take advantage against Caleb Wiley. But yeah, with the absence of Messi, pass in the final third was lacking. But Atlanta United eventually getting more of the ball, waiting for Miami to mess up, or causing them to mess up through the press, the game started to look more and more in favor of Atlanta United. The 25th minute, from a shot outside the box, Dixon Arroyo hits the post, trying to do Alex Ring, and it falls to Leonardo Campana that hits a sombrerito and scores, which was a great goal, but it was a chance that didn't come from any interplay from Inter Miami to create it. The homegrown Noah Allen on the left-hand side had done well, winning some few duels against Brooks or Mosquera, with both sides trying to take advantage of the transition game. Atlanta was on, they tried to push, create a problem for Noah Allen, with a Muyumba that would lay a little low and allow either Brooks Lennon to go into the midfield or Mosquera to go into the midfield, centralize play more, to drag Noah Allen and leave space for either Lennon or Mosquera, depending on which one was the one that would make the movement. Then a Muyumba that would push into the box, and eventually in the 36th minute, he would get his goal. After this, Miami tried to react through Farias, who had the liberty, same as an SKC game, played the Messi role to be the playmaker. At times, either incorrect decisions, holding on to ball too much, trying to always do a nutmeg and beat his man, allow the Atlanta United defenders able to get back, get into shape. The momentum now swinging to Atlanta United. Atlanta United, a lot of the play coming through with Thiago Almada, who had a battle with Dixon Arroyo, and Dixon Arroyo was not able to come on top. As it's to the wing, where Chandre Silva, the new signing for Atlanta United, was able to get 1v1 against Toto Aviles, and to the misfortune of Kamal Miller led to an own goal. The third goal for Atlanta United was Inter Miami was 2 pinned back. Chandre Silva was able to find a Brooks Lennon, who had been going into the box, without being able to be closed down soon enough, was able to put the ball past Drake Calendar. The conclusion of the first half, it looked certain that Inter Miami was truly not able to shake off what the decision was from that first goal. VAR calling it a goal, with 50% of it looking like the ball went in, or 50% of the ball looking like it didn't go in. And when MLS having the lack of goal line technology, there were still a lot of doubts if it went in. The second half, Inter Miami struggled to get back into the game, again trying to hit Atlanta in transition, obviously holding more of the ball as well. Able to get one back in the 53rd minute through a handball, led to a penalty that Campana buried. Campana, who has now back-to-back braces, is on 3 games where he has scored against LA, against Kansas City, and against Atlanta. Overall, the defense and the midfield was struggling. Kremashi, who was able to get in good areas, but his touch failed him. Robert Taylor, who might have been due to the international travel, so he had come back from playing from Finland. But on the right-hand side, he did not look as effective as he usually does on the left-hand side. Busquets, who was able to connect defense to attack, was also struggling because there was way too much space between the lines of the defense and the midfield. This was seen in the 4th and the 5th goal. Miami just left way too much space, thus sentencing the Herons to the first defeat in the Messi and Tata Martino era. Now sit 7 points behind the playoff line, with DC United in that 9th position. But due to the results that were draws for Chicago, Montreal, New York Red Bulls, New York City, and a draw for DC United against Charlotte, Miami still look like they have the chance to be able to make the playoffs. Next for the Herons will be a home match against Toronto, who's at the bottom of the Eastern Conference, and with questions of if Messi or Alba would be able to play this match. We'll see just what adjustments Tata Martino is able to do. They push for that 9th place in the Eastern Conference.